Hello, everyone. I want to talk about an interesting thing that happened with Bitcoin. I think a lot of people think it's interesting, actually. How is it possible that this great news came out and basically what's happened since then? Bitcoin went down. Well, there are some old sayings, and a lot of them are kind of ridiculous, but some of them make sense if you understand the psychology that's behind them. There's an old saying on Wall Street, which you've probably have heard before: buy on the rumor, sell on the news. Now, it might just kind of sound like some kind of like folk psychology, or I don't even know if psychology is the word, just some kind of thing you would see like on a bumper sticker. But if you really think about it, it makes sense. And in this situation with Bitcoin here, it's a perfect example of why. So, our perfect example of how. Well, how and why, because I'm going to go into both. But anyway, so Bitcoin was this great news was going to come out for Bitcoin, right? The SEC was going to allow these new companies to start Bitcoin ETFs, and this is going to be great for Bitcoin. It's going to cause all this great demand. So, what happened going into the news? Bitcoin rallied. Okay. People that wanted to buy Bitcoin ahead of the news, or because of the news, I should say, bought it. So then guess what? The news comes out up here and it doesn't move any higher. Now, why is that? Well, I don't know about news. I don't know about fundamentals. I'm a trader. I know about psychology and levels and things like this. All right. That's what I do. It's not that it's the best way to do things, but for me, it is. Other people have different styles and different strategies, and that's okay because you really got to do what fits you. But going back here to Bitcoin, pretty much everyone and their Aunt Mary who wanted to buy Bitcoin bought it. So then the news comes out, and guess what? It's not going to go any higher because there's no one left to buy it. If there's no one left to buy it, it can't go higher. A price can only go higher if buyers are outbidding each other. That's what makes a price go higher. So when the news came out, good, bad, or indifferent, the people that wanted to buy Bitcoin have done so. The market runs out of buyers. Therefore, it can't go up anymore. Some of the people who bought start looking around and say, wow, why isn't this thing going up? Oh boy, this doesn't look good. I better get out of it. Let me try to sell. Oh boy, I can't find any buyers. That means I'm going to have to reduce the price I'm willing to sell at. I'm going to have to offer out my Bitcoin at a discount in order to get buyers attracted. And this forces a downtrend. So when we say buy on the rumor, sell on the news, it's not just like some old wives' tale or some old saying. It really refers to the psychology of the way markets work. If so many people are buying ahead of the news that all the buyers are satiated or filled up, when the news comes out, it's not going higher because the market's out of buyers, and at that place, the only way it can go is down. Or at that point, kind of an interesting thing before I go. A similar phenomena happened in Bitcoin. I'm sorry, we've been looking at Bitcoin. I mean, in Nvidia. That's because I was just looking at the chart of Bitcoin. So let me bring up Nvidia. Now it's since gone up, but that doesn't make it any. Wow, look at that. This thing is just ready to reverse. Anyway, going back to Nvidia, back here, the company reported phenomenal earnings. They were great. And what happened? It didn't go up. It actually went down because a lot of the people that wanted to buy, or the vast majority of people that wanted to buy, bought it ahead of the earnings. When the earnings came out, even though they were great, the market had run out of buyers. Then it just can't go any higher. And then we had this big move here. Now, this may not look like much, but this is a 10% move down. And now we're in this parabolic move higher, which is probably going to result in some pretty good profits when it reverses. So make sure you check back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, some sayings are kind of ridiculous, but buying the rumor, selling the news makes complete sense if you understand the psychology that it refers to. All right. Thanks, everyone. I will see you soon.